So let me ask you, where are the men from England? Here they are. But this isn't just about England. It's about Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. So, we thank you. Let me have a thank you and let me hear some noise for the Scottish patriots who have travelled here today. God bless Scotland. And now, let me hear it. Let me hear it for the Welsh who have travelled here today. And now, next one. Let me hear it for Northern Ireland. But as I look at my mother standing in this crowd, we want to unite everybody. My mum was born in Ireland. Let's hear it for the Irish patriots. I know many of them are here today. Do you know today, Republicans and Loyalists have travelled together from Belfast to this event. But there's one flag. There's one flag that brings all of us crazy people together. Let's hear it for Great Britain. Let me tell you what I see today. Something that was asleep for so long. I see the British spirit. They have underestimated us for so long. And time again, every time they think they beat us down, we come back stronger. Look at these crowds, man. Now, everyone who's here today, let's look at what brings us to... Men of England. I done the Men of England, I asked men of England. But what brings us all together? Let's not look at what differences we have. Every one of you are here today, from England, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, even Australia, Canada. You are here because you love your country. You love your children. And we want a better future and a safe future for them. Wow, my throat, man. Wow. Do you know, the best thing is, everyone who's going to speak today, they tried to break. They tried to stop. And we are all sending a message because none of the people here today, none of them backed down. We rode the storm, we weathered the storm, and today we are the storm. Now, the next lady, there's a lady I admire. And you know what? If you listen to me, I moan a lot. I talk about all the problems I've had, all the bad things that have happened to me. It's like poor Tommy. The next lady who's coming up, when you hear what they put her through, when you hear what they did to her, she doesn't even moan about it. It was only when I sat down on a podcast and heard her full story that I looked at her in total awe. This is a woman in Britain that young girls and women should look up to. Let's play the video of who's talking next.
Breaking news here in Batshit Bonkers Prison. And whatever happens to him there, I can't really give a single flying fudge. You are not alone. We are many, and we are stronger together. But it's interesting to me that we're celebrating the wrong things in this society. If you don't like it, you could offer some piss. Many thanks.
Katie Hopkins, come on.
Well, don't you all look lovely today? This is how you know you've been called many things. You've been pushed to the back of the line. You've been given labels. You've been smeared by the mainstream media, by the BBC, by all the people who put you down. But you are none of those things, because you are great people indeed. And they have tried to silence us. They took my friend Tommy and they put him in prison. They took my friend Charlie and they shot him. They tried to take my children and they deported my ass from Australia. And I say fuck the Australians for that. But it doesn't matter. They can put us in prison. They can shoot us. They can lock us up, but they will not stop us now. Because we are not here because we hate. We are not here because we want bad things for other people. We are here because we grew up knowing freedoms, and we will get those freedoms back for our kids and our grandchildren. Yes, we will. And I will say three things. I speak for no one but myself. And I remain the biggest bitch in Britain. But let me say, I don't care what religion you are. Just don't try and take your religion and shove it down the faces of my children or my people. I don't care what biological sex you may think you might be. You can identify as a light. If you want to, I will take a light bulb and I will shove it up your ass if it makes you happy. I don't care. But do not ask me to believe the same shit that you believe. There are only two biological sexes, and that's all there will ever be. And when it comes to race and colour, we all got along very well for a good 20, 30 years, till they started to divide us. We don't care what colour you are. We don't care where you come from. But if you want to come to this fine country, you better come here. You better work hard. You better fit in. You better love our flag, because if you don't want to fit in, then you can fuck off. Yeah. My darlings, remember this feeling Remember this day. Remember what Tommy Robinson has achieved against all the odds, because each one of you showed up, and I bloody love you all for it. You are told that you are alone. You are told that you don't matter. Take it from me, and you can take it to the bank. You are not alone. We are many, and we are stronger together. Thank you for listening to me, London.
Now, I always like telling stories or through music. And this next song now is going to tell all of our stories of why we're here and why we care. And it's going to be sung. I always used to watch X Factor. It's going to be sung by Charlie Healy, who was in X Factor. Charlie, come on, son.
London, how we doing? We feeling good? Okay. I need everyone to help me out with this one. We ready? Get them warmed up. Let's go.
London, thank you so much for letting me be here today. It's an absolute honour. Big shout out to Tommy, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Brothers and sisters, when we insist with it's not good enough. Oh. But when we know better, just look them in the eyes and say, I'm gonna do it anyway. 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 Something inside so strong, oh Lord. I know that I can make it more strong. Thought that my power was born. Inside so strong, yeah, so strong, oh Lord. I know that I can make it. But you want me for so long. You thought that my power was born. Oh no. Something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. No. Something inside so strong. Whoa, something inside so strong. Lennon, thank you so much. Cheers.
Are we having a concert outside Whitehall? Do you know how many people are watching this live now on X? 1 million people are watching live right now. The world is watching. Do you know how the media, the British media today, have described all of you people? Far-right hooligans. They don't realise they are irrelevant. We are the media, okay? We are the new media. Now, when I was censored, deplatformed, and made invisible, I've done the most important work I've ever done in my life. We made multiple documentaries called The Rape of Britain. I'm just going to play you a promo quickly of one of those films.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. I will look for you. I will find you.
Hear the trumpets, hear the pipers.
Listen, simple question then, Dave. Did you rape her after Ahmed Nawaz raped her?
Over 200 men's names were identified by your police investigation, but only 11 were charged. Why is that?
I've got to put some allegations to you. You've been raping young girls in restaurants, but
That's off. Why would I have young girls that named you as raping young children? I have multiple young girls, school children on camera. I have multiple young girls who allege that you're involved in raping them and prostituting.
we have serious allegations from children who say that you were involved in the rape and prostitution of them, that you were a kingpin in having them trafficked. I bet you didn't even see me, did you? I've got some questions to ask you about allegations of child rape. You raped a 12-year-old girl, you took her virginity in the house next door to a mosque in Telford.
Why would three individual girls who do not know each other all be telling me and giving me statements that you have been involved in their grooming, in their trafficking and in their prostitution?
Well, can we talk? I've got some questions. We have accusations that you trafficked young children. You trafficked young children, you were the kingpin, you chose who they were raped by. You prostituted them. She fought you whilst you dragged her knickers off her when she was 12 years old in the house next door to the mosque ledge.
Look at these guys just making
What were you doing hanging around with 13-year-old school children? You put her on your car bonnet and you raced off because you were angry because you had been sleeping with your best friend Imran's underage girlfriend. Men in this town, Pakistani men in this town got away with destroying young girls' lives. Now, you're famous. Everyone's going to know who you are.
If you haven't watched those films, you can at trfilms.co.uk. I'd like to say a thank you to the ladies, the brave, courageous, fearless ladies who stood up, put their faces on TV to help expose the biggest and darkest stain in our country's history. How, as a nation, did we allow this to happen? How? Has there not already been a revolution in our country over the rape, jihad that has been committed against our daughters across Britain. Now, as I spoke up about this issue for 15 years, we were attacked. But then I see so many other ladies that stood up. And I know one lady who stood up in the town of Rotherham. The world knows about the stories from Rotherham. They were exposed because of a brave lady who decided to speak out with her face, with her reputation. And do you know what? She carried on living in Rotherham. I still don't understand how, yeah? Because I know what these gangs are like. I know how fearful she must have been. And brave ladies have brought this to the world's attention. One of those brave ladies is going to speak to you now. Her name is Sammy Woodhouse.
This is absolutely fucking beautiful. Now, I'm going to talk about something that's really important, something that I'm really passionate about, and unfortunately, something that I've lived. Now, I'm going to start with Rotherham, a town that you've probably all heard of. When I was 14 years old, I met a man called Arshad Hussain. I was criminally and sexually exploited for 2 years. Oh, sorry. I was criminalised and I was also made pregnant. My son is now 24 years old. But the truth is, this didn't just happen to me. It was happening to thousands of children in my town and right across the UK from the 1960s. On one occasion, a man called Jahangir Akhtar, who went on to be a Labour politician and the deputy leader of Rotherham Council, and a police officer called PC Hassan Ali, made a no prosecution deal with my rapist. So when he abducted me, they said if he came back and handed me at a petrol station, he would walk free. The very people that were paid to protect failed. They were also complicit in what we know now. They was also involved in raping some of those children. Now, when I exposed Rotherham, I took all my evidence, including tape recordings of police officers, and I gave it to the Times newspaper. I was fortunate enough to go on to get criminal justice, and my rapist was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Now, I continue to work as an activist, because as I say, this is something that's been happening all over the country and something that is still happening today. People think that this is a thing of the past. I tell you right now, it's not. Now, I did another exposure back in 2018 when Rotherham Council invited my rapist into my son's life to apply for contact or even full custody through the family courts. Now, many people will know how corrupt our family courts are. They are thousands of women around the country being forced to have contact with the very men that raped them because they had children from their rapes. Something our government still know about and still are allowing. Now, I'm very fortunate to be able to stand here today and share my story. There's many survivors that aren't living today, and I want to tell you about an incredible family called the Sheeran family. Now, when I came to work at Urban School, I interviewed a woman called Anne Sheeran, and then I went on to make a documentary with 2C TV to share their horrific story. Now, Andrew's daughter was called Jodie. Jodie was gang raped in her hometown of Stoke-on-Trent when she was a child. She was gang raped on Eid, and after they gang raped her, they poured curry powder all over her. Now Jodie, like me, became pregnant, and she went on to tell the police of what had happened to her. The man got charged, and what they thought was going to go to court for justice. They dropped the trial just as it was starting. That was something that Jodie felt very, very difficult to deal with. She turned to drink, and unfortunately, she passed away. Now her son, Jaden, and her mother, Anne, they're fighting still to this day to get some sort of criminal justice and a victimless prosecution. Now, before I go, I'm just going to ask you all to support the Sheeran family, just like many of you have supported me. And I want you all to remember Jodie Sheeran. Thank you, and I'll see you all there. Have a good day.
Right. What a brave lady. Let's give her a round of applause again, everyone. Come on. Now, as I went through the stories and got to know the survivors in Telford, one brave lady said there was one song that she listened to that told her story. Now, when you listen to the lyrics in this song, I want you all to think and listen to and know what happened to Britain's daughters, and listen to the words and the meaning of this song that's going to be sung now, okay? Oh, we need a medic. Who's a medic? We need a medic over here.
Yes, I just need...
We've got a medic, yeah?
I can see it. Yeah, stand until I can see.
It's a beautiful Kelly Lamb. She's travelled here each time. She's travelled here each time from Canada. I want you to know that every person that's speaking and singing here today have paid their own fares. No one's being paid. They've all volunteered their time to come here today. Kelly?
Hello, Britain! What a crowd! Thank you for your patience. I'm a little shorter than everybody else here, so cheers. I think he explained the meaning of this song, so this one is for all of the victims of the terrible grooming gangs.
Can't zoom in because of the fucking microphones.
drown out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Cheers. God bless you, Britain. God bless you.
Two, again, think about what we as a nation allowed to happen to our daughters, to the politicians, to the journalists who talk about these girls like they're statistics. They're our daughters, they're our sisters. Now, an army of women recently have been rising. It's been so encouraging to see. As women, the pink ladies, let's hear it for the pink ladies, huh? The pink ladies have inspired this entire country. These numbers are here today. You played your part, ladies. It's beautiful to watch as the mothers start speaking out. They're not afraid anymore. Who remembers? Let me play you a quick video, yeah? Let me play you a video. Remember this?
But it looks like the police are trying to cause a scene. Look at that! Look what they're doing! Look what the police are doing! What are they doing? What are the police doing there?
Down the stairs. It's not safe on these stairs.
What are they doing?
Just for the bonus guys.
Have a look at this.
All they do when they do this, yeah? In fact, let's have a round of applause for the brave lady that has not backed down. Come on, Sarah. One of the yipping mothers.
My mouth. Hi everyone.
Come
Our
on,
fellow
big up,
countrymen and
Sarah.
patriots, I stand before you today not as a politician, certainly not as an expert, but what I truly am, a mother of 3 beautiful children who deserve a safe, fair and secure future in this country. And I know I'm not alone, because every mother, every grandmother and every woman here today knows what it means to worry for the next generation. Because we are the ones that carry the weight of tomorrow on our shoulders. Because we raise tomorrow. But I also stand here carrying the story of others. Recently, I met a couple called Daz and Jody, whose daughter, Lola, tragically choked whilst eating dinner. Lola survived, but she has been left with an irreversible brain injury. And if that heartbreak wasn't enough, Lola's family have faced a second tragedy, the failure of our own authorities. Instead of providing the care, the funding and support families like Lola's so desperately need, they have been abandoned, left to fight a system that strips away help at every single turn. And yet, while our own children suffer without the proper support, our government bends over backwards to hand out resourcing, funding and housing to undocumented men who come into this country illegally. Tell me, where is the fairness in that? Where is the justice for children like Lola who didn't ask for this life, and families like Lola's who are simply trying to survive? I too have felt the weight of injustice. When I stood up for what I knew was right, I was brutally arrested by the police. Arrested not because I had done wrong, but because I dared to fly our national flag with pride. And in that moment, I realised something. They wanted to send a message. They wanted every woman in this country to see me in handcuffs and think if they can arrest her, they can arrest anyone. Well, let me tell you something. They're right. They can arrest one woman. They can arrest 10 women. But they cannot silence us all. Because when women stand up together, when mothers rise together, no force, no government, and certainly no police can hold us down. We are the backbone of this nation, the protectors, the nurturers, the fighters when our children need us most. And if we do not stand up for our rights, for our children's futures, and for families like Lola's, then who will? So let today be the beginning of something new, a movement led by women, powered by mothers, driven by love for our families and for our country. Together, we will rise, we will demand change, and we will shape the Britain our children deserve. Because when women stand together, nothing and no one can silence us. Love the country in which you live, or go and live in the country you love. This is Great Britain!
Now, for too long, our children have been indoctrinated to hate who they are through the education system, to pollute their minds. And as all of this happens, every other culture and identity is celebrated. You cannot allow the education system to have control over your children. You have to teach your children who they are. You have to teach them to be proud of their culture, proud of their history. Now, who remembers a story where a young girl wore a union dress and she went to school and they sent her home from school? It was Culture Day. So cultures were being celebrated. So she wore her British dress to celebrate her culture, and the school sent her home. She went to school that day to deliver a speech on her culture to a classroom of 30 children. There are currently 1.3 million people watching this live. Courtney Wright, come and deliver your speech, darling. Get out of the way. Let's hear it for this brave little British girl. Come on.
Hello, London! My name is Courtney Wright, and I'm so proud to stand here today. Even though I'm only 13, I already know how lucky we are to live in this country. Britain is our home. It's a place built on courage, sacrifice and freedom. Millions before us fought to protect it, and it's our duty to love it, respect it and keep it strong. We may be young, but we are the future, and together, with pride in our heart, We will always stand for our great nation. I wrote a speech for my culture day at school and I was silenced. Silenced because I'm a British girl and my voice didn't count. Do you want to hear my speech, London Patriots? Today I want to talk about my culture, British culture, and why it's important to me. In Britain we have lots of traditions including drinking tea, our love for talk about the weather, and we have the royal family. We have amazing history like kings and queens, castles and writers like Shakespeare. It's also modern, diverse and always changing, with music, fashion and food from all around the world blending into daily life. And let's not forget about fish and chips. It's also the way we speak, our humour, our values of fairness and politeness, and the mix of old traditions and new ideas. But sometimes in school we only hear about other cultures, which is great because learning about different countries is interesting and important. But it can feel like being British doesn't count as a culture just because it's a majority. I think culture should be for everyone, not just for people from other countries or backgrounds. Being British is still a culture and it matters too. So let's celebrate all cultures, whether they come from far away or right here at home. Thank you.
Her parents must be so bloody proud. Where are they? Let's have a round of applause for her mum and dad as well. Come on. Make sure your children are proud of their country, proud of its history, and proud of their culture. What a brave little girl. Wow. Now, as there's been an uprising of women across Britain, again, absolutely beautiful to watch. I saw another lady singing a song, and it just brought a smile to my face every time I see it, and every time I listen to it. So, will you come up now and perform that song for us, darling?
Hello everyone. Wow. What a privilege it is to be on this stage. Oh, unbelievable. I just want to start by saying, I just can't get over it. Look, wow.
Try a little bit of zoom. I've just tried something. Yeah, mate. I've got it on tracking.
Unbelievable. Look at all these patriots. Amazing. Thank you, everybody. You're amazing. You're going to make a real difference today. We are literally a part of history. Everything is going to change from today. This is it. Ready? Thank you.
Do you know how nervous she was about that? She smashed it, didn't she? Absolutely smashed it. Now again, I think the next lady who's going to speak now, I've watched her speeches. I think she's probably single-handedly the best speaker and representative at putting her point across, I'd say, on the planet, okay? She's unbelievable, she's amazing, she's beautiful. Who's next? Play the video.
So let me promise you right here, right now, I will not stop fighting for them. I will not stop fighting for the truth, and I will not stop fighting for my people. The time of zero accountability will come to an end, and I will promise you, we will make Europe great again.
Eva Vandenbroek.
Britons, patriots, my friends. Today, I call upon all of you to invoke the help of your country's patron saint, Saint George. Legend holds that Saint George fought against a dragon that was demanding human sacrifice. He fought a battle of good versus evil. And today, hundreds of years later, we are still fighting that very same fight. We are fighting a fight of truth versus lies, of freedom versus tyranny, and of light versus dark. And just 3 days ago, one of our bravest warriors lost his life fighting it. So today, we also fight for him. We fight for Charlie Kirk. We fight for our nations. We fight for our children. Ladies and gentlemen, St. George's shield became your very flag. And now, your flag has to become a shield once again. A shield that will protect us in the fight against the evil forces that just like back then, against the dragon, we are fighting this time because they are demanding the sacrificing of our children on the altar of mass migration. So, my patriots, raise your flag, wave them high, wave them proudly, because there is nothing that today's dragon fears more than that. And that dragon resides at 10 Downing Street. I can't interrupt that. But I will say, ladies and gentlemen, it is not a minute too late that you guys are all here. Because our civilization is on the brink of destruction. As a result of mass immigration everywhere in Europe, we are losing our homelands. We are becoming minorities in our own countries. In many cities, this is already the case. Here, where we are today in London, a shocking 41% of all people are foreign-born, and the total immigrant population lies at 60%. I don't have to tell you what the consequences of that are. The fruits of mass immigration are insecurity, impoverishment, and cultural decay. Here in London, you can't walk around with your phone in your hands without the risk of it getting stolen. But who cares about phones when your daughters are being raped? And the perpetrators who do it tell them that that is what white girls are for. That, plus the fact that the authorities, the very same people who are supposed to protect them, repeat that same rhetoric. That is what constitutes a betrayal on a level that we have never seen before. And make no mistake, the Rotherham rapes, they didn't just happen in Rotherham. They happened all over the continent as well. On a daily basis, everywhere in Europe, unsuspecting white boys and girls, men and women are assaulted, raped, and murdered every single day. So let's not beat around the bush here. We are witnessing the rape, replacement, and murder of our people. But I am here today to tell you, no more. This today is not the time for compromise. Today is not the time to just keep calm and carry on. Today is the time to get angry, demand change, and fight back. Because it's not just that our establishment doesn't care about us, or that they failed to simply protect us. Make no mistakes, they are the ones who have betrayed us. They are the ones who are actively selling us out. And they are the ones that are making us pay for our own destruction. And what if you speak out against them? What if you speak the truth? Well, in this country, you run the risk of getting thrown in jail for longer than the immigrant who has raped your daughter. That is the UK in 2025 under Keir Starmer. Nothing short of a tyrannical state. But, ladies and gentlemen, do not despair. Do not become demoralized, because that is exactly what they want you to do. Because when I look at you, when I look at this sea of flags, I know that it is far from over for us. Both we, the Dutch, and you, the English, we have mastered the seas. We have conquered the world. And that same spirit of our ancestors still runs through our veins to this day. We are the sons and daughters of the greatest nations on earth. If anyone can get their countries back, it is us. Change is possible. Remigration is possible, and it is up to us to make it happen. We are Generation Remigration. down. We will not be silenced. And by the grace of God, we will claim our countries back. Thank you.
Send them back! So I don't know if any of you realise that by attending here today, you will inspire so many people. And I know that as a fact. Because 3 years ago, I was pretty lost. I was deplatformed, I was censored, I was on my own in a foreign country, I was lonely. And then I watched as the Irish took to the streets of their country, led by the mothers of Ireland, and they started marching in their country, and that inspired me. I travelled straight to Ireland. It relit the fire in my belly. I travelled straight to Ireland and I made a documentary called Plantation 2, Rise of the Celts, to tell the story of the invasion of Ireland as the mothers of Ireland made it an international news story. I'm going to play that promo now.
They're scared, Tommy. They're not only scared, they're petrified for their children.
I really don't feel safe for my kids or for my future.
Well, a lot of them are afraid. I know women that can't even go to work anymore. They won't walk because it's too fearful. And that's a sad reality of Ireland today.
Yeah, I was attacked last year.
You was?
I was, in town.
I have 2 rapes by males, one in a local pub and one in this car park.
Another one.
They're literally grabbing you on the street. If they look at you and they like you, they're having you.
Like all the attacks I know that have happened to friends of mine in town, nobody has been arrested.
Why did you think it acceptable that you wanted to rape a 14-year-old child?
I had been sexually assaulted while I was completely out cold. It just terrified me and it traumatised me. Like, I have PTSD, I have to deal with that. What are you saying to me, little sister? What did you say to her?
Where's all the women and children? Where's it all men that have suddenly arrived in our village?
There's millions of men coming in. Where are all the women?
I live here. I want to know where you came from and why you are here.
If it keeps going on the way it is, our town won't be recognisable.
Could be your kid's neck, it could be your mother neck, it could be your last neck, and you got to own this shit.
We're not going to sit back and allow this. This is our children's future. We're fighting for.
All for one and Ireland! Ireland for the Irish!
This is my home. This is my country. This is my culture. And I won't sit back and see it wiped out.
Now, the next speaker who's travelled here today, Terry McMahon, is a film director, a multi-award winner, the producer of the This Is Ireland, watched by millions. Years ago he spoke up, they tried to silence him, they tried to cancel him. He's here today to say he's not cancelled, he's not silenced, and he's going to speak on behalf of the Republic of Ireland. Terry.
Tommy told me to stay under here, but if you're going to get wet, I'm going to get wet with you. 600 artists signed a petition in Ireland to have a festival cancelled that was a celebration of Irish culture. They'll probably cancel me for speaking with you here today as well, but what the hell. Ireland is on her knees, and she has learned from you, the government has learned from you how to accelerate. Van Morrison was the only Irish artist to speak out against the insanity of lockdowns. Remember these? He knew these were more than masks. They were muzzles designed to control communication, stop dissent, stun the soul. They tried to annihilate Van, to send a message. If we can silence one of the greatest voices of all time, imagine what we can do to you. You who are supposed to be too terrified to speak out, too scared to even whisper. The Irish government tried to force through a referendum to change the meaning of family and remove mother from the Constitution. Our national leader calls the Irish mongrels. Irish Times journalist calls us dogs. Our Minister for Justice called us scumbags. These people trying to force through hate speech laws, yet the only hatred we see is coming from them against us. And where are the artists? Where are the heroes? Where are the rebels? Degenerates in both of our beautiful but broken countries came for our kids, maligning mothers and fathers as mangy mutts and malevolent mongrels. Maybe they were right. Maybe we are a different breed. Maybe we are loyal dogs. Maybe we are dangerous dogs. Maybe we are the dogs of war! All humans are born equal, but not all ideas are, particularly the ones publicly declaring their intention to subvert and destroy our civilization from within. We know what divides us. Every day politicians and media and schools tell us who to hate and train us in how to hate them. But look around you. Men, women, boys, girls, young, old, left, right, gay, straight, brown, white, all of different faiths and different classes. Excuse me. And you are all unified in the core truth that our political, social, ethical, and moral way of life is now under sustained attack. And the cowards cancelling us here today, despite your contempt, we are marching for you too, to protect you from being forced to be too frightened to speak out, too scared to even whisper. And to you young kids here, if you really want to know where the hell the heroes and the rebels and the artists are, they're standing right beside you. Your mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and fellow citizens of all faiths and all colours who finally found the collective courage to stand up against actual monsters are the real heroes. You are the actual rebels, the protectors of power. I have a flag here. I'm going to unfurl it in front of you. And it's amazing to be unfurling this flag in this country. And I do it with respect and I do it with love for my nation, and I do it in the recognition that Ireland is not owned by sellout, psychotic, censorious politicians. Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, belongs to her people. We still have the poetry and the blood of the proclamation pumping through our veins. Ireland, England, we are right now, more than any time in history, brothers and sisters. We have a common enemy, and we have a common love. And we have love or we have hate. And they hate us, but we love each other. Thank you for having me.
There are 650 politicians in that building over there. How many of them are here today? We've got politicians who have travelled from every country in Europe, pretty much, yet we can't find one. Don't kid yourselves that we've had a political revolution. If there was any member of parliament in there who represented the people truly, they would have come here today and spoke with you. Why? Some people may ask, we've got lots of European politicians here. We are uniting the kingdom. Today we've united this kingdom like no one has ever seen before. But it's not just Britain that's being invaded. It's not just Britain that's being raped. Every single Western nation faces the same problem. An orchestrated, organised invasion and replacement of European citizens is happening. We, all of us, Europeans and Westerners, we have tolerated too much. They don't fear us if we're isolated. Unity is strength. I want to now introduce you one by one leaders and leading politicians from some of Europe's best populist, real political parties. The future leaders of Europe are here today to inspire you about the fight that's going on in their countries. If you're watching this and you're from France, if you're from Germany, Poland, Spain, any other European country, we want to unite all the patriots of Europe together for a future where we fight together. Our next speaker, let's play the video. I've looked up to this man, followed his journey as I have all of these gentlemen. Eric Zamore, let's see the video.
Mes chers amis,
my dear friends,
je suis venu ici à Londres pour vous transmettre le salut admiratif du peuple français. Le peuple français qui sait qu'on peut compter sur vous quand la liberté de nos peuples est en danger.
I have come here to London to convey to you the admiring greetings of the French people. The French people who know they can count on you when the freedom of our peoples is in danger.
Je suis heureux d'être au milieu de vous, aussi nombreux aujourd'hui. Je suis fier d'être au milieu de ce peuple anglais qui se révolte, de ce peuple anglais qui se réveille, de ce peuple anglais qui ne veut pas mourir.
I am happy to be among you, so many of you today. I am proud to be among this English people who are revolting. this English people who are awakening, this English people who refuse to die.
Pendant des siècles, vous et nous, le peuple anglais et le peuple français, nous nous sommes affrontés pour la domination de l'Europe et du monde. Aujourd'hui, nous devons oublier nos combats passés parce que nous sommes confrontés au même danger mortel.
For centuries, you and we, the English people and the French people, fought for domination of Europe and the world today. We must forget our past battles because we face the same mortal danger.
Nous sommes, vous et nous, soumis au même processus de grand remplacement de nos peuples européens par des peuples venus du Sud et de culture musulmane. Vous et nous sommes colonisés par nos anciennes colonies.
We are both subject to the same process of the great replacement of our European peoples by peoples coming from the South and of Muslim culture. You and we are being colonized by our former colonies.
Vous et nous ne voulons pas devenir minoritaires sur notre propre sol. Vous et nous ne voulons pas disparaître.
You and we do not want to become a minority on our own soil. You and we do not want to disappear.
Lorsque le général de Gaulle, notre grand homme que vous avez recueilli,
Told them, we once had the duty to fight each other. Now we have the right to love each other. I will say the same thing to you. We have the right together.
Vive l'Angleterre anglaise et vive la France française.
Long live a French France and long live an English England.
Charlie devoted his life speaking the truth, defending freedom and challenging those in power. And he was killed for it. But here are the realities. If Charlie had done here in today's United Kingdom what he did in his own country, it would not have been a leftist radical ending his life on the street, it would have been the authorities putting him behind bars. Shame on them. That is how far Britain has fallen from being the very cradle of free speech to a place where saying what you believe can cost you your liberty. And so here we are, standing in this beautiful day in London, standing with millions who see their country sliding into cultural darkness and feel their civil rights being stripped away. Why would I, as a Dane, care? Because we share, we defend, and we fight for the same very values that found the Western society, of democracy, of civilization. I am here fighting with you for what was once so self-evident it never even needed to be said. For centuries, freedom was synonymous with Great Britain. But now these self-evident rights and values must be fought for again. And fight we will by every democratic mean which we have in our hands. And we'll not only fight, we will prevail. They hope, their dreams of freedom are stronger than any force on earth. Throughout Western history, the cradle of freedom has been the mightiest force of all. From the Roman Empire to the streets of London today, the dream of freedom and living in a free, fair and democratic society has inspired generations. It has been the very emblem of the United Kingdom. You founded our civilization by writing the Magna Carta. You abolished slavery. You won over Napoleon. You defeated in both First and Second World War. We will not let down to the political correct class of today's system. Shakespeare once wrote of a castle in Elsinore in north of Denmark, not far from where I am born. He wrote about Hamlet, and I must quote some passages from Hamlet today, because something is rotten in the United Kingdom. Ordinary people, mothers, fathers, veterans, young and old, are now being targeted and treated as criminals simply for voicing their concerns. People like us here today, worried about crime, immigration, and the future of their country, now branded as criminals for daring to speak out. Parents arrested in chatting in private WhatsApp groups, journalists investigated for simple tweets, a mother jailed for an angry post. This is not the Britain I grew up admiring. This is not the country of Winston Churchill, Margaret Thatcher, or William Shakespeare. This is a nation betrayed by its own elected government, a nation rotting from within. They try to divide us by labeling us racists, extremists, Islamophobes, hoping to shame us into silence. But we reject their labels. Wanting safe streets and secure borders does not make us villains. It makes us patriots. Loving your country and protecting your community is not a crime, it is a duty. And telling the truth can never be hate. As George Orwell, one of England's greatest sons, warned, the further a society drifts from truth, the more it hates those who speak of it. Well, we will speak of it. We will tell the truth. So let us stand strong, brothers and sisters, united and unafraid, from Denmark to the kingdom of your great country. Together we cannot be defeated. Our voices will not be drowned down. From the white cliffs of Dover to the highlands of Scotland, from Belfast to Birmingham, let freedom's voice ring out again. And don't take back your country.
Let me tell you now a funny little story, yeah? When we had singers, I know a lad who goes Luton Town matches. I've known him for years. And he said, I can sing, I'll sing a song. And then this morning, in our lads group chat, I got a message from the lad saying, is Bloxy singing? I said, yeah, he is, yeah. Can he sing? He said, can he fuck? So Bloxy, I hope you can sing, bruv.
Hello, London! I've always wanted to do that. Right, we only do one number because we're running a bit late. But I want all you lot to sing along with this. It's your turn now. Are you ready? Oasis, 82,000. Me, half a... To believe they never... Get your hands clapping. Hands in the air. Now your legs. What? Sweet Caroline. Good time never seems so good. Sweet Caroline. The times never seem so good. Sweet Caroline. Thank you, London. Hey, thank you, London.
Well, he certainly shut the lads up, didn't he? I'm Bloxy. Next, who follows the politics of Germany? A new party, Alternative for Deutschland, come on the scene. Their MP, who's here today, come and visit me when I was in jail. We've spoke for many years. And when he walked in, he sat down, he said, Tommy, Munich is mine. Yeah? He's now the standing MP for Munich. Unthinkable, just a decade ago. It shows what can happen. He's not politically correct. He speaks out every time. He spoke out on my behalf during my imprisonment. Peter Bryson.
is a historic day. 1 million English people are here. The world is watching you, but one man isn't here. Your Prime Minister. What are you thinking about him? This is a warm welcome. Thank you very much. Maybe you are asking yourself, why I am here, why we are here from Europe. Because your enemies are our enemies. Because your fight is our fight. We don't want our daughters, our sisters getting raped. We don't want our brothers, our friends getting stabbed when they are defending them. We don't want judges who are releasing this scum. And we don't want the fake news media. They are telling us that our fight is not right. We are right. And they are trying to oppress us by any possible meaning. I've got 23 home searching this year in my house, so that the American free media wrote that the German Gestapo was there. Yes, that's bad, but Tommy was facing much more worse. You know, he was put into the prison, into jail. They'll try to kill Donald Trump. And they killed Charlie Clark. And they can, but they can't silence us. For each of us, they silence hundreds more standing up and saying, "Rise your colors!" And that's the reason why we are winning. They are telling us, we cannot stop the migration. Come on! You stop the Spanish Armada, you can stop these rubber vessels here, I am sure! Are you proud English? And we are winning everywhere. Donald Trump won the election in the USA. Fico in Slovakia. Orban is ruling in Hungary, Salvini in Italy. And I promise you, we, the AfD, we are going to win any upcoming election in Germany. And we will make Germany strong, as you are going to make Britain great again, and together we will make Europe great again. And my friends, I am watching you and I see here many flags. I see many different crosses. And this is because this is Britain, because this is Europe, and we have been fighting for this 2,000 years, and we will fight another 2,000 years if necessary. We will never surrender. United we stand.
The Germans watching, wir sind das Volk, as we are the people. But next, as I told you today, there's not one single British politician from there that's come here today to speak to you. They were invited Okay? The next gentleman who's coming up now, in the not so distant future, I do believe will be standing in there. Next up, play the video.
There can be no greater happiness to secure their own futures and secure the futures of their loved ones and their children.
They are proud of this country, they want to protect this country.
This country needs an honest, decent, pro-British political force which is actually going to act with integrity, without fear, without favour, and deliver for this country.
Come on! Thank you. Thank you. Welcome England. Welcome Scotland. Welcome Wales. And let's not forget, welcome Northern Ireland. Where is the Ulster banner? Collectively, we are the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Let no one put that aside. Fly your flags with pride. They represent our countries. They represent our union. Our politicians don't give a damn about our union. The Conservative Party is actually fully named the Conservative and Unionist Party, but they put a border between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Our politicians don't stand for us, and I know why. When I was invited to come on this, go on then, let's get it out of our systems. Keir Starmer is a wanker. That wasn't part of my speech, but that's perfectly acceptable. But what I want to say is this. In the run-up to the 13th of September, a lot of podcasters and a lot of interviewers asked me, Ben, if you're invited, will you speak on the 13th of September? It was put to me in a conspiratorial manner, almost as if we had to whisper about the 13th of September, as if I would be breaking some taboo by coming here. And I find the question very, very strange. Why would I, a British politician who believes in democracy, give up the opportunity to speak to the British people? The question is not whether or not Ben Habib should be here. The question is, where are the other bloody leaders of the political parties? Where are they? They all talk about populism. They talk about the majority interest. They talk about the needs of the United Kingdom, but they haven't got the courage to talk to you. Well, I will, and Advance UK will speak for this country. What we stand for, let me tell you what we stand for. We stand for the nation state of United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. We don't just stand for our cultural Christian roots, we stand for our constitutional Christian roots, and there is a difference. People talk about our culture being Christian. They've forgotten that we are constitutionally Christian. What do you think these flags represent? They represent various saints of our country. They are Christian flags. Our national anthem is a Christian hymn. We must not forget this. We, in Advance UK, will stand for the nation state and our Christian cultural and constitutional roots. We will stand for freedom.
We will stand against the indoctrination of our children, who are told to be ashamed of our forefathers, who are told to be ashamed of the British Empire, who denigrate Winston Churchill. They call him a white supremacist, the man on whose shoulders we stand today. They call a white supremacist. I say no to all of that. And do you know why politicians aren't here to talk to you today, with my exception? Because they've fallen for this ridiculous cancel culture. They've fallen for the fear that they may be cancelled by not speaking to you. And we will therefore stand fearlessly for freedom of speech. It is the core, it is the heart of a democracy. There can be no progress in this country without freedom of speech. We stand for democracy. We stand against the Union, the European Convention of Human Rights, the WHO, all these bodies that infect our political system. They are not democratic. They're bureaucratic technocrats who are undermining your voice. It is them who wants to shut you down. We will root them out of the United Kingdom, and we will sack every member of the civil service that does not follow the democratic mandate. And if we stand for nation, freedom and democracy, we will automatically deliver our fourth purpose. And our fourth purpose, about which we are now also aware, is that we have a two-tier criminal justice system. And that has to go. We will bring back equality under the law. The reason Lady Justice is blindfolded above the Old Bailey, something which our forefathers recognised. She had to be blind to deliver justice fairly. You cannot be prejudiced by people's backgrounds or their belief systems. We will once again put a blindfold over Lady Justice, and all British citizens will be equal under the law. Now, I took the step, some said very stupid step. I've questioned my own sanity from time to time. But I took the step to set up Advance UK, because I know, as you heard on the video, that this country needs a new, honest, principled political force which will not bend. And we will not bend. But we can only deliver for you on one condition. We can only deliver for this country on one condition. And that is, if you stand up. I can't do it on my own. My team can't do it on its own. We need you, the British people, to join Advance UK. So when you go home today, before you knock back your first drink or switch on Netflix and put your feet up, go on your phones, go on your laptops, go on your iPads, join Advance UK. Let's become the biggest overnight political force in the United Kingdom. The last thing I want to say is I love my country, I love you, and I will not falter. I will deliver for you. Thank you very much.
Right, our next politician has travelled here from Romania. His name's George Simeon. I'll let him tell the story, because just as you saw the election robbed in the United States of America, we saw the election robbed in Brazil. The election was also robbed in Romania.
Raise the colors! Come on, come on! We stand with Charlie Kirk. We, as free Romanians, stand with Great Britain. We all are here to stand for freedom and democracy. And we stand with President Donald Trump and the United States of America. Across Europe, dictatorship is being imposed by Emmanuel Macron and Ursula von der Leyen. We must stand up for our rights, for homeland, for God, and for our families, for our children, and for the future of our civilization. This year we had annulled elections in Romania. Emmanuel Macron, Ursula von der Leyen, and all the European Union bureaucrats meddled with our elections and annulled the electoral process. This is why I am here in solidarity with the Great British Patriots, to make Great Britain great again, to make Europe great again. We stand together with Tommy Robinson. We stand together with Elon Musk, that managed to bring the freedom of speech back into the social networks. You are a great nation which must survive, and you must stand up for your right, for the future of your children, and the future of your democracy, the future of your nation. We will be there to fight, and not only us, the Polish people, the Hungarian people, the Slovakian people will be there and fight with you. Thank you. God, faith, family, and homeland. Let's hear it. Thank you, Great Britain. Thank you, Tommy.
Hello. What a beautiful day, everybody. Yeah, you're having a good time. Do you think Keir Starmer's having a good time? Keir Starmer's right, everyone. There's lots of thank yous I need to give today. Okay, lots of thank yous. I want to thank my mum and dad for putting up with some madness for so long. And so I want to thank my mum and dad, because I love them, for putting up with some madness. My children are here today as well, and they get to see this, which is a beautiful moment for me, because for so many years they heard so much bullshit about their dad, so many lies. My ex-wife's also here today. Still love you, darling. But there's someone else I need to thank today. We all need to thank today. This would not have happened without the next gentleman, who I want to bring out here to speak to you for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let me introduce you to...
Congratulations. Congratulations, Tommy, on putting together an amazing event and really rallying the people of Britain.
Elon, none of this could have happened without you giving the British public access to the truth and giving us free speech and fighting for our free speech. So on behalf of Great Britain and the British public, we're incredibly grateful, Elon.
You're most welcome. Most welcome, and you may notice this T-shirt that I'm wearing is great British author George Orwell. What would Orwell think? I think that's generally a good way to look at these things. He would want freedom of speech. He would want the people to know what's real. He would want the people to fight against government oppression and fight for the truth and fight for the future of Britain.
Elon, we are incredibly grateful for your time. We know what a busy man you are. Why is it important for you to be here today speaking at this Unite the Kingdom event?
Well, I am of primarily British heritage, British ancestry. I want Britain to be greater than it ever has been. I want Britain to remain Britain. I think there's something beautiful about being British. And what I see happening is a destruction of Britain. Initially a slow erosion, but a rapidly increasing erosion of Britain with massive uncontrolled migration, a failure by the government to protect innocent people, including children who are getting gang raped. It's unreal. The government has failed in its duty to protect its citizens, which is a fundamental duty of government. This has got to stop. There needs to be massive government reform in Britain. And the people need to be in charge, not some bureaucracy that doesn't care.
Elon, I believe that's what we've started today. Power by the people, sending a message worldwide. Elon, you spent an incredible lot of money on X. Why is free speech so important to you?
Well, I believe you can't get to the truth of things without freedom of speech, without active debate. There's so many on the left that want to just crush debate and put people in prison just for talking, as you were, just for speaking their mind. You know, the essence of democracy is it should be a government for the people, by the people, and instead of people, and not for the people. This is why everyone is gathered here today, is something's got to be done. This is unacceptable. The government needs to be responsible to the people of Britain. It needs to protect Britain. It needs to protect the weak, those who cannot protect themselves, especially the children. And when I read about some of the horrific stories and how the government did nothing and try to hide it, they try to hide these horrific crimes. And then you see how much violence there's on the left, with our friend Charlie Cook getting murdered in cold blood this week, and people on the left celebrating it openly. The left is the party of murder and celebrating murder. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. That's who we're dealing with here. That is who we're dealing with.
Elon, to so many of the British public who are scared to exercise their free speech, they're worried about being imprisoned, they're worried about being attacked, even to share their speech on your platform of X. What message would you give to them?
And the message is really, my message is to the reasonable center. The common sense. So my appeal is to British common sense, which is to look carefully around you and say, if this continues, what world will you be living in? This is a message to the reasonable center, the people who ordinarily wouldn't get involved in politics, who just want to live their lives. They don't want, they're quiet, they just go about their business. My message is to them, if this continues, that violence is going to come to you. You will have no choice. You're in a fundamental situation here where whether you choose violence or not, violence is coming to you. You either fight back or you die. You either fight back or you die. And that's the truth.
Today, Elon, I think the British public are telling the world that they're ready to fight back.
Good. Yes.
Come on, Great Britain. Come on. We've inspired the nation. Elon, you've spoken a lot about woke culture, the woke mind virus, and how it damages innovation and freedom of thought. We know that DEI often sees people getting jobs when they definitely don't deserve them. Do you think this culture is holding back progress in the West? And what do you think needs to happen to reverse it?
Yeah, I'm appealing to sort of common sense and fairness. I want to emphasize just common sense and fairness, which is that we should make our decisions based on merit, on how, if somebody is talented and hardworking, then that should be the only means of advancement. There should not be discrimination on the basis of sex or religion or any race or anything else. And what a lot of the woke stuff is, it's actually super racist, it's super sexist, and it's often it's anti-religion, but only anti-Christian. Like, why only anti-Christian? That's unfair. So this is why, again, my message is to the reasonable middle. Do you not want a world where there is fairness and common sense, and you advance as a function of how hard you work, and your talent, and your integrity? That should be all that matters. And the woke mind virus, that I call it, is against all of that. It's wrong.
Thank you. Elon, we hear so much about censorship being pushed by governments and global corporations and organisations. A lot of people don't understand why we're allowing mass, uncontrolled immigration into all Western nations. Do you believe that there are powerful forces outside of elected officials, someone controlling governments, that are trying to control the flow of information, and how do we resist that pressure?
Yeah, I think when you look at the behavior of organizations or people, you have to say, what is the incentive for these organizations? And frankly, there's a massive incentive on the left to import voters. So if they can't convince their nation to vote for them, they're going to import people from other nations to vote for them. This is a massive factor. And frankly, it's a strategy that will succeed if it is not stopped. Thus far, it is succeeding. And you see strong movements to allow people who are not from Britain to vote in Britain, to allow people who are not from France or elsewhere to vote in those countries, and thus depriving the citizens of their democratic power. It's really a voter importation thing, and if they're allowed to succeed, if this is allowed to continue, they will succeed in importing voters, swaying the elections, and taking your vote away from you. That is 100% what is happening.
Do you know what's great? The BBC and the mass media cannot control this, can they?
I mean, the BBC is complicit in the destruction of Britain.
We pay for it, we pay for it.
Yes.
We're forced to pay for it. Do you know
It's insane.
if we don't pay for it?
You're forced to pay for your own destruction. It's insane. It's unfair. It is wrong.
Elon, a lot of ordinary people that are here today, they feel ignored, they feel censored, or they're labelled just for speaking up about their legitimate fears and concerns in their communities. Do you believe technology, like X, or even AI can finally give power back to those people? Or do you think it will make censorship worse or even automate it?
I mean, that's a complicated question. It really depends on what government is in charge. The government can obviously use whatever powers are available to suppress the people. And so I really think there's got to be a change of government in Britain. And you can't, we don't have another 4 years or whatever the next election is. It's too long. Something's got to be done. There's got to be a dissolution of Parliament and a new vote held. And really what matters is rallying the people of Britain, really getting the people of Britain to get the message out there, talk to your friends and family, and build a massive power base among the people. And like I said, you really got to appeal to the sort of average, the normal people that just want to go about their business. That they're sort of in a village somewhere, they're working, they just want to mind their own business. But you've got to point out to them that if we don't take action, they won't be able to mind their own business because other people are going to come and maraud them. There's genuine risk of rape and murder, and the destruction of the country, and dissolution of the entire way of life. And so, yes, in the normal course of business, if you weren't under a massive attack, then people should go about their business and just live their lives. But unfortunately, if the fight comes to you, you don't have a choice. You have to fight. So you have to rally all of the people of Britain to fight for the future. And if this doesn't happen, there won't be a future.
Are you ready to fight for your future, Britain?
Fight for your future. Do it. Go.
Will we be gagged any longer, Britain?
But you know what I mean, Tommy. You know what I mean. I mean, I talk to my friends in Britain, and they're like, yes, they live in a village here or there, or a town or city here or there, and they're like, well, it doesn't seem like it's really that much of a problem. I'm like, well, if you want to know what's going to happen to your town or village, just visit London, and you'll see that it's filled with crime. It often doesn't feel like Britain at all. And it's only a matter of time before that is what happens to your town and village. It starts in London, but it will spread to every town and village in the country, and no one will have any peace.
We're running out of time, people. We're running out of time. Elon, you built rockets, you built cars, you built satellites, you built AI. Things most of us couldn't dream of. It's fair to say you're a visionary. When you look at leaders in Europe and the UK today, do you think they share the same talent for future vision, or do you feel like they'll be left behind and out of touch?
Well, I think we've got to have a freer country, a freer, Europe in general has to be freer. It's stifled by bureaucracy. I think it's good that Britain left the EU because there's just too much bureaucracy in the EU. But frankly, instead of really going down a path of personal freedom and deregulation and getting rid of these stifling regulations, unfortunately the British government has pretty much stayed on par with the EU, if not in some ways made the stifling regulation worse. If you have excess government regulation and oppression, you stifle the freedom of people to try new and great ideas. And Britain used to be a country that did amazing things, some of the boldest things on the entire planet. And that is possible in the future. But it can't be done if you've got this massive oppressive bureaucracy and a government that doesn't care about its people. And that has to change. There has to be profound change. And there's not much time left.
Elon, you've said before that civilization is fragile. We agree.
Yes.
It's precious. When you look at the West right now, every country in the West, with its wars, its divisions, its censorship, and its declining trust in institutions, none of us trust them at all. None of the public trust them.
For good reason.
Are you optimistic or pessimistic about about where we are heading?
I think if the people of Britain take charge and actually ensure that there's a government that represents their interests and not a government that represents foreign interests, then I think Britain has a great future. And I think we can be optimistic. I think there's amazing things that are possible. If the technology that's coming is used in the right way, we can have an incredibly exciting future, one which is, you know, sort of Star Trek made real. It's sort of like the exciting utopian sci-fi where we have spaceships and we've got robots and we've got you know, incredible technologies that are really exciting. But we need to preserve civilization long enough for that to happen, and we need to go onward and upward. And we need to fight for such a future. Such a future is not inevitable. We have to fight for such a future.
I think that many British people had lost hope, but after today's scene, have you got hope again, Britain? Britain is awake. Thanks to you, Elon. Thanks to your input. Can we just ask...
Well, thanks to you, Tommy.
Thank you, brother. Can we ask, what do you see as the future of the UK and Europe in your vision? Where are we heading? What's the future like for us?
Well, I think there needs to be a future where where people take charge, where there's deregulation, a massive reduction in bureaucracy, and generally a new hope, where people look forward, wake up in the morning, look forward to the future. They're excited about what's going to happen next. But we must have revolutionary government change for that to occur. And this is not ordinary course of business sort of stuff. This really requires everyone to sort of marshal the people, to take charge, reform the government, and make sure that you actually have a government that is for the people, by the people. And that's essential. And that's not, so we're really at a fork in the road here. We're at a fork in the road to darkness or greatness. And that will be decided only in a matter of years. And we must take the path to greatness. And that's the path that's exciting and inspiring and will make life worth living.
The crimes committed against a generation of our daughters, on behalf of everyone and on behalf of all of us in Great Britain, you know what, we wouldn't even be in the fight. Not only are we in the fight right now, but we're on the advance. Thanks to free speech being fought for us by Elon Musk. We're very grateful, sir.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Hello. Mum, I just interviewed Elon Musk. I love it. 2 seconds, I've got to find out where I was. Right. So I'm going to do quickly, as we just had, we all saw what happened just 3 days ago with the horrific and brutal murder. I'm just changing the sequence here because I think after Elon Musk, who's fought for our free speech, I think now should be the moment that our country, in all of our millions that are here today, and the 1.6 million people that are watching live, say a thank you and honour the life of one of our generation's greatest, a man who inspired a generation of young men based on courage and based on faith. Let's play this little film.
What advice do you have for me as I move into adulthood in order to become a more informed and involved citizen?
Well, first of all, thank you for being here, and I have hope thanks to people like you. How old are you again?
13.
13. Here's a couple things I want to encourage you to do. Learn something new every single day. And focus on what it means to be a good person and a person of strong character. Aristotle said that courage is the ultimate virtue. Without it, there are no other virtues. If people aren't courageous, you don't have honesty, you don't have justice, you don't have beauty, you don't have wonder. And so at age 13, I want you to commit yourself to a life of courage. Courage is doing the right thing when you don't know how it's going to work out. Courage is committing yourself to the correct course of action, regardless of the cost associated to it.
Every human being, I believe, is made in the image of the divine, is sacred, is unique, and if we get away from this principle as we have, we not only have moral degradation, we not only have the collapsing society around us, but it's bad for that being itself. That being itself is unique, that being has rights, and who are we to say, just because we're older, that we get to murder it? Thank you.
Hello, Great Britain! You know, I keep hearing online a lot of folks saying the UK's cooked. I'm leaving the UK, the UK's done. But I'm looking at, what, an army of 1 million people, so I got to say bullshit to that. Britain's not done. Britain's not going anywhere. My name's Don Keith, for any of those that don't know me. Tommy Robinson and the folks who put this together are giving me the great honor of singing our national anthem for you, and it's one of the honors of my lifetime, so I want to thank you for that. And I want to sing this today. I want to do it to dedicate it to Charlie Kirk, great man that was taken from us way too early. This is the man who created a platform for people to come and debate the right way civilly, which is what free societies are supposed to be all about, and they took him from us. They killed him for it. And so that's what we're up against. That's the evil we're up against. But I'm going to sing the national anthem right now, and I thank you all for that opportunity. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the...
We want everyone now to fall silent as we pay respects for 1 minute for one of the bravest fighters, one of the most intelligent fighters, certainly is going to be seen in our lifetime. To Charlie's family, we all pray for you, and we hope we honour his life. And you'll know when the minute's up, because the bagpipes will play. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. When you hear people talk about the special relationship between America and Great Britain, this is the special relationship that you're seeing here. It's not between our governments. Does anyone think David Lammy or Keir Starmer have got a special relationship with America? They hate America. They hate everything it represents. They hate freedom. Keir Starmer dared to make a Twitter post about the murder of Charlie Kirk. If Charlie Kirk lived in this country, he'd have been imprisoned for some of the things he said. So today, as well, there's only one country in the world and one government that's fighting for all of our free speech. It's not our government. It's certainly not the European Union. It's the Republican Party in the United States. It's J.D. Vance. It's Donald Trump. Donald Trump may not have been elected if it wasn't for Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's legacy to us in Great Britain is the only reason we have hope, that we have a fight, that we're still in the fight, and that we have an opportunity to regain our free speech. It's because of the legacy left by Charlie Kirk. His name will live on forever. Let's hope he inspires a new generation of people. Do not let them win. The time is now. Stand up, speak out. God bless Charlie Kirk and God bless the United States of America. We're now going to play a video message. I don't know how many of you have heard of the political party in Spain called Vox. You will all hear about them in the future because they're topping the polls. They've already said they will probably deport 8 million people from their homeland. The future, there's only one party that will save Spain. That party is Vox, led by a brave leader called Santiago. He wants to speak to all of you now.
Occidente está en una situación límite. Gran Bretaña y España están en una situación límite. Nuestra identidad como civilización y nuestros mayores logros, como la democracia, el derecho de propiedad y la libertad de expresión, están bajo asedio. Lo peor es que este ataque viene desde dentro de nuestras fronteras. Viene de quienes han promovido la inmigración masiva e ilegal de inmigrantes. Una auténtica invasión. Nosotros tenemos claro que solo existe una alternativa que salvaguarde lo que somos y la paz de nuestras calles. La deportación masiva de inmigrantes no integrados. Aquellos en situación de absoluta ilegalidad y también los regularizados que delinquen, así como los que militan en esa yihad que quiere imponer sus costumbres a las nuestras y quiere imponer la brutalidad primitiva de la Sharia a nuestras leyes. El ataque a nuestra sociedad de ciudadanos libres, que hemos contribuido durante siglos, viene también del consenso globalista del que participan todos los partidos tradicionales. Ahora su principal meta es acabar con la libertad de expresión. Quieren controlar las redes sociales como controlan los medios tradicionales, públicos y privados, comprados con dinero de los contribuyentes. Y lo quieren hacer para imponer una narrativa ajena a la realidad de nuestras calles. Uno de sus instrumentos capitales es la aberración del invento antijurídico de los delitos de odio, para así poder perseguir a cualquiera que cuestione la gran mascarada que sostienen unos partidos políticos que ya no tienen ninguna credibilidad. Los partidos tradicionales y sus medios de comunicación están en pánico ante el avance del patriotismo, ante el avance de las fuerzas nacionales y del sentido común. Ese sentido común que pretenden convertir en una herejía. A ellos les decimos que no podrán callarnos. Por cada voz que silencien, se levantarán 1000 más, porque estamos determinados a reconquistar todos los espacios de libertad, empezando por ese bien tan preciado y occidental como es la libertad de expresión. La amenaza contra nuestras democracias tiene muchas formas, y una de ellas viene de los mismos gobernantes que menosprecian a sus propios electores, que dicen una cosa en la campaña electoral y según alcanzan el poder hacen exactamente la contraria. Esos mismos gobernantes que toman decisiones contrarias a los intereses de su pueblo y que en sintonía con organismos supranacionales a los que son siempre muy obedientes, están dispuestos a eliminar a sus adversarios creando procesos judiciales, como es el caso de Marine Le Pen en Francia o de Alternativa para Alemania, a la que quieren ilegalizar desde la coalición del globalismo de populares y socialistas. O la judicialización que se ha intentado también contra Matteo Salvini o Giorgia Meloni. Por eso la principal amenaza de Occidente viene por eso desde dentro. Y por eso debemos intensificar la acción común en nuestras alianzas, estar en las calles y defender y proteger lo que constituye Occidente, sus naciones, su identidad, la libertad y la democracia. Reconquistaremos todo y restauraremos con la verdad todos los espacios de libertad que nos han arrebatado. Nuestras naciones prevalecerán y nuestros jóvenes, mayores y familias vivirán en libertad y prósperas.
Whilst we have a video from the leader of the Vox Party, it's great to see women speaking out across Europe. The next lady coming up now, Ada Yuk, a beautiful Spanish lady here to deliver a speech on behalf of Spanish ladies.
This is for you. We love you. We stand with you. We will always have your back, and we love your husband, Charlie. Thank you, Tommy, for inviting me here today. The United Kingdom is so lucky to have a man like you leading the fight against the establishment. My name is Ada Yuk. I am not a politician, but a normal 25-year-old girl from Spain who wants her future children to know that she did everything in her power so they could grow up in a land where they feel free, safe, and at home. I want to speak to the young people out there today. Do you remember how life was when we were growing up? When we could play on the street with our friends? And when the people in our towns spoke our language? Our future children will never know how this felt like. Unfortunately, this is not the reality in Europe anymore. Just look around you. We have been sold out by our own governments. Currently, there are two types of people that exist in Europe. Those who know what is going on, but wait for someone else to fix it, and those of us who are here today. We have decided we are that someone because we are not afraid to put everything on the line to try to save the culture that our ancestors spent thousands of years building. I am sure this is not a surprise for any of you, but women and children are no longer safe in Europe. In 2024, 46% of the rapes committed in Spain were caused by migrants, even though they make up only 18% of the population. Aren't you tired of waking up every single day with the news of yet another innocent woman or child that has been raped, assaulted, or even murdered? No one here has any doubt what the problem we are facing is. It is mass migration of uncivilized people who is completely incapable nor willing to assimilate to our culture and way of life. Today, I stand before you as a daughter, a sister, and, God willing, one day a mother. Please, men, protect us. There is no more denying that our nations have been completely invaded and the terror has been already unleashed. We need you to stand up for our God, our culture, our safety, and our countries. Every nation needs 1 million people, just like Tommy Robinson in the UK, Santiago Pascal in Spain, and Donald Trump in America, who will do everything in their power to give our children a place to call home. And let us never forget about Elon Musk, who is the only reason why we are here today speaking freely. If Europe is conquered by an outside ideology, there is nowhere left for us to go. While migrants are having 2, 3, 4, 5 children paid by our tax money, we are not having babies. The governments are taking our money and subsidizing the great demographic replacement of our nations. We need to start having more babies now. We need to unite and understand whatever differences we had as European nations in the past do not matter anymore. We have one common enemy, which is the political establishment. To the young people out here today, I hope you realize we are the ones with everything to lose. Our daughters will not wear burqas. Our daughters will not take school trips to mosques. And our daughters will not submit to an ideology which tells them they are second-class citizens in their own land. It does not make me a racist to say these things. It makes me a patriot. Someone stays silent because of fear, they allow another young girl to be raped by a migrant. They allow another grandmother to be arrested for a Facebook post. And they allow our future children to grow up in a land where Sharia law will be the law of the land. We can never accept this as a new normal. So, while they still allow us to speak the truth, we need to start having uncomfortable conversations, just like Charlie Kirk did with those around us who have been brainwashed by the mainstream media. Because guess what? They will not be spared. This is the last chance we have to take our countries back. If we do not fight back, we will not have Europe within one generation. So, our time is now. The time of being on the sidelines is over. We will make Europe again. Thank you, God bless you, and God save the West.
My voice is back, my voice is back. I forgot, I was meant to say a thank you to my coach, my lawyer from the United States, but also to thank Athena Bitcoin. I've got lots of thank yous to give, but Athena Bitcoin have helped us sponsor this event. I've been debanked by every single bank in this country, yeah? I have gone down the rabbit hole a little bit on Bitcoin, but anything that's decentralised that takes the power away from the banks is a benefit for our futures. So thank you to Athena Bitcoin for sponsoring this event. Let me tell you all something. Do you know, we had a condition on this demonstration that it has to end at 6 o'clock. But from what I understand at the minute, we've gone way over our time. But the police have said that your behaviour has been impeccable today. Did you know that the opposition have been causing mayhem all day? Let me tell you what happened in the last 48 hours. I will release recordings tomorrow. 48 hours ago, Westminster Council revoked our licence for this event. They attempted to make us clash with the Metropolitan Police Force once again. That's what they were trying to do. If we didn't have speakers today, this could have descended into anarchy. That was their intention. In a meeting with police officers yesterday, I haven't slept really for 2 days, because 2 days ago we had no demonstration. In the meeting with the police, I explained to them, lads, they're trying to make us clash with each other. They've done this for a decade. They've made police officers clash with patriots. They have orchestrated it every time. And 2 days ago, they attempted to do the same again. Just so you all know, the Metropolitan Police Force had a decision to make. Do they enforce an order to prevent our demonstration, or do they allow it? The police made the decision to not enforce Westminster Council's So, can every one of you today thank the police officers today for upholding our rights and not allowing the government to bring violence to the streets of our capital? For too long, decent police officers' reputations have been dragged through the mud, and every time it's politicians at the top making it happen. We're grateful it didn't happen this time. So lads and lasses, you've been very patient. This has been a long event, but is everyone having a good time? Shall we carry on then? We've got another singer here now. Listen again to the lyrics of the song. It's about fighting. We're all here today to fight against a corrupt establishment and the fake news media.
Wow. I was told to take my hat off when I step in someone's house, especially when I'm a guest. I'm from Canada. And I can tell you something. My brothers and sisters from Canada, we support you guys 100%. I can also tell you that something clearly doesn't pass the sniff test. And you know what? We're never going to back down. We're never going to give up. And we're always going to keep fighting. If you guys can feel that energy here right now, that's love. That's love for one another, love for your country, love for your family, love for your friends. And more importantly, wow. So this still fighting.
Right, we have just hit 2.1 million people watching live. Do you know how many people are watching Sky News? 9,000. Right, about a decade ago, I travelled to Poland, where I felt something that I'm feeling today. I felt pride, I felt power, as patriots took to the city to celebrate their independence. And I sat down with a politician who invited me. He said, Tommy, they hate you in your country. Come to our country. We welcome you. And it was such a strange experience to get that from a politician. That's a politician who's now become my friend, a man who many of you would have seen, a man that I respect. Let's see who's next.
Polish nation rejected your ideas of leftism, so you have lost 7 times.
0. Illegal immigration, none. Not even one will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. You can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
It's Dominic Zero Trzynski.
Raise your voices, Lions! Raise your voices! How are you? How do you feel? Do you feel united? Do you feel strong? Do you feel that we can make it? So send them back! What? Send them back! Let them hear you at the Westminster. Let them hear you in the Westminster, and let them hear you around the world. Over 2 million people watching us now live on Tommy's X. Let's say thank you to Elon for freeing the bird. Thank you, Elon. Come on, Elon! Elon!